How you doing? Welcome to the weird side of the internet.
Mortal Kombat!
Mortal Kombat 1 is a fantastic game. The story mode is fantastic. The gameplay is fantastic. The graphics look kind of worse than Mortal Kombat 11, but you know what? We'll let that slide. I genuinely think Mortal Kombat 1 is the best Mortal Kombat game. However, it took a long time to get to this. NetherRealm's previous endeavors with Mortal Kombat are, how do I put it, mixed. Particularly in the character department. Gameplay, they're all great. I'm not going to be complaining about that. I'm more complaining about Mortal Kombat's story, because oh boy, does that have some issues. We're going to be going through a bunch of characters, so I'm just going to be ranting about them and complaining about them, right? More particularly, the ones between Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat 10, and Mortal Kombat 11. We're gonna like briskly talk about Mortal Kombat 1, but that one's a given. Almost everybody there is written well. At least the returning characters. We don't really talk about the one played by Megan Fox. So yeah, let's get into it. Starting with our first character. Why isn't Scorpion the main character? I know everybody says this. I know everybody says this, but seriously, there is no reason why he's not the main character. He's on the cover of every single box, and yet he's not the main character. In fact, he's probably one of the most sidelined characters in the entire series. And it's so weird to me that Scorpion's sidelined, because he's probably one of the most interesting characters in the entire franchise. You literally have a Kratos archetype in the palm of your hands, and yet NetherRealm does nothing with him. Imagine if the NetherRealm trilogy, right? MK9, MKX, and MK11 were all about Scorpion learning to love again and create a new family with these new people after he lost his original. Imagine slowly watching him lose his hate and becoming a better person, and by the end, he becomes a true hero. Boy, wouldn't that be nice? 20-year time skip. And the worst part is, not only does Scorpion have one of the most interesting stories of the entire game and the most interesting potential, he also probably has the most potential for the greatest dynamics, too. You could have him interact with Katana. You could have him interact with Melina. You could have him interact with Johnny Cage. You could have him interact with Raiden more. You could have him interact with so many other characters. Give me Scorpion and Liu Kang. When was the last time Scorpion and Liu Kang properly had a conversation? Ridiculous. I don't like Sub-Zero. Now, yes, boo me all you want. I get it. It's a hot take. Most people are like, AJ, why don't you like Sub-Zero? Here's why. He's just Scorpion again. His entire arc is that his brother is killed by Scorpion and he has to let go. It's just Scorpion again. And here's the thing. Sub-Zero could have been interesting because Scorpion basically created another Scorpion in Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is hell-bent on killing Scorpion and getting his revenge. Exactly how Scorpion is with his family after losing them. If they went more in depth than that and had Scorpion kind of have like a clarity moment where he realized he's just creating more of him and he's just creating carnage, that would have been really interesting. But they never do. Oh, Scorpion killed my brother. Grow up. Katana's interesting because I don't really have any complaints about her, but I don't really have any like praises either. She's kind of boring. She's basically the Gamora of Mortal Kombat, yet they never go more in depth with that. Honestly, you're starting to notice a pattern. They just need to go more in depth with what they're doing. Katana works best as a sassy, yet stern and uptight character. Like, the person that wears her mask and looks like she's always judging you, but she can slice your neck off at any second. She just thinks you're not worth her time. That kind of energy. But if you're nice enough to her, you will get on her good side and she's a really sweet person. That kind of vibe. Not necessarily like Gamora. I know I compared it to Gamora, but Gamora is more just like angry all the time. Do Gamora, but a lot more like fancy. British. Make British Gamora. Raiden is one of the most annoying motherfuckers I have ever met. Not because of him itself. No. He's done nothing wrong. Well, he's done some wrong. The point is, the writers can't decide what they want to do with him. In Mortal Kombat 9, he's the prophet that is trying to figure out how to save everybody. And yet, more and more people keep dying in his attempt to keep more people safe. And you watch as that slowly starts to wear him down. That is a really interesting idea for Raiden. And I feel like Raiden in that game was super interesting. They should have made him the protagonist. I'm be dead ass. He should have been the protagonist of that game. It would have worked so much better, but whatever. What really becomes the issue is in MKX, because in MKX, Raiden is downgraded to just a boring, bland piece of toast that does literally nothing the entire game until the post-credit scene with a hint that he's gonna be evil. But it doesn't matter anyways, because in Mortal Kombat 11, they completely waste the evil Raiden thing. Evil Raiden dies in like chapter 2, and then past Raiden, nice, sweet Raiden, comes in to take over. And you know what? People shit on MK9 Raiden. I don't want to shit on MK11 Raiden. Because I'm telling you, the version of MK9 Raiden in MK11 is not the same guy.
I must consult with the Elder Gods.
But how many times are you going to talk to the Elder Gods? They're not helping. This is taking too long. We're going to go through a lightning round, okay? Every single character that I want to talk about, but I don't have much to talk about. Here we go. Right now. 3, 2, 1, go.
Johnny Cage.
Absolutely the best written character in the entirety of NetherRealm's time in the Mortal Kombat universe. He's the best. I have zero problems with Johnny Cage. He is chef's kiss. Maybe go more into her psyche more and how she doesn't like to be perceived as a monster. You know, maybe give her a little bit of a redemption arc. I think that could be cool. But besides that, I think her character is just fine. Kung Lao is unappreciated. Everybody forgets about Kung Lao, but you know what? I like Kung Lao. He has a cool hat. He has a fun personality. He's cocky. And in a different way from Johnny. Johnny is like asshole cocky. Kung Lao is more like charmingly cocky. And I think that's cool. He did get his neck snapped. That was sad. And then he was like a Revenant for like 2 games straight. But you know what? When he wasn't a Revenant, he was really cool. I hate Liu Kang. Liu Kang has not been interesting since MK9.
Enough of your madness. If you must die, so be it. No, I will not let you kill him. Then you have turned your back on Earthrealm, broken your vow, and betrayed me.
Liu Kang has almost zero personality. He has nothing about him. The only thing the only personality trait that the games give him is that he's a Boy Scout. And you know what? Being a Boy Scout isn't a bad thing, all right? I like Superman. But you know what the thing is about Superman? Superman's a normal guy. You can relate to him. You can understand him. He grew up in Kansas. You understand his mentality. Look at him, he didn't grow up in Kansas. He grew up in a fucking temple.
I don't want to fight you, Liu Kang.
I do not blame you.
His entire thing is that he punches and shoots fire. You know who else punches and shoots fire? Scorpion. He's literally just a more boring Scorpion. He's a Scorpion without all the interesting backstory and character development that you can give him. He does nothing.
You lose!
The only time I was slightly interested in him was in MK9, where he had this slow and really interesting arc where he was slowly moving away from Raiden and realizing how wrong he was and how Raiden's not a perfect person and he may make mistakes. But you know what they did with that, Liu Kang? They killed him off. Answer me this, Liu Kang fans, because I genuinely want to hear your guys' perspective. Why do you like Liu Kang? And before you answer, you cannot say anything about the cool shit he does, because that doesn't count. I'm talking on a writing and character development level. As a core character, if you read his personality and his character on paper, what makes Liu Kang special? Mortal Kombat 1 did improve on Liu Kang. He's not amazing in MK1, but you know what? He's better. He's a little more charming. I think the Grand God vibe kind of helps him out a little bit more. But still, I still think that Liu Kang is not as interesting as everybody says he is. Ultimately, my opinion doesn't matter much. I'm just a kid ranting about Mortal Kombat in his room. But I am curious to hear your opinions on Mortal Kombat. This was less of a video of me formally giving an opinion of why Mortal Kombat's bad or why this character isn't good. This is just me expressing my thoughts so that we can start a conversation. Because I think talking about nerdy shit is one of the most fun things you can do. So please, leave your comment and discuss what you think about Mortal Kombat. And your opinion about the characters I talked about today. I will try and answer as many of them as humanly possible. I love a debate. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and, the little bell thing that nobody clicks. I don't click it at least, but maybe you should. And I will see you in the next video. Peace. Can we make Mortal Kombat a movie again?